Howdy YouTube, this is Steven, and I'm back with another lyrical analysis. This time I'll be analyzing the song Sayonara by Ayumi Hamasaki featuring SpeXial. Okay, so I got these lyrics from akiramezu.tumblr.com, so thanks a lot. And for those of you who don't know, I'll give a little backstory. This song is featured on Ayumi Hamasaki's latest extended play / mini album called Six. And this song features the Taiwanese boy group SpeXial. And basically, SpeXial is more or less like Taiwan's answer to One Directions, One Directions, or the Wanted, So One Direction or the Wanted, kind of like their answer to that, or them. And I was like, okay, all right, this could be interesting. So, here we are, and here we go. I know that you never ever loved me like I still do. Okay, so I'm guessing he loves himself. So she never loved him. He knows that she never loved him like he loves himself. Is that where we're going with this song? Or either it's like he knows that she never loved him like he loves her. So okay, perhaps one of those two. All right, next. And I also know that I never ever should have believed what you promised me. How stupid am I? ... So it sounds like we got some broken promises and some love not being reciprocated. So we got some issues. Sound like this isn't going to be a love song, but rather a love lost song, Right, next. It's not fair. You get my hopes up again with a promise you have no intention of keeping. Okay, so it sounds like somebody is just, they're telling people what they want to hear. Just anything to keep them going or to get what they want. To just keep telling them what they want to hear. But I won't believe it. Okay, so it sounds like someone is catching up to the game now. Someone is catching on. So it's like, no, I ain't gonna fall for this, keep that over there. I ain't falling for that. I know you don't mean to let me down, but the result is the same, isn't it? So, again, you may not have the intention of letting, Ayumi down. You may not intend to do this, but, it's still the same thing. Ayumi still ends up the same way either way. Either if it's intentional or not intentional, she still ends up heartbroken. I'm used to it now. I won't get hurt or upset over every little thing. That would be foolish, right? So now she got to the point where she is used to being let down by this dude. I guess dudes, but I feel like this song is more so geared toward one specific relationship that Ayumi has. And she's going back and forth with the dude. Like SpeXial, again, they're like a 10-member group with 8 members present at this particular time. With this collaboration, there's 8 of them present, but there's 10 altogether. So I feel like it's like a one-on-one thing. I don't feel like Ayumi is like, getting down with like every single member of SpeXial, But that would make an interesting video. But I'll leave that for another J-pop diva to do. Hodahumi. Her name rhymes with Hodahumi. I'll leave that for her. But let's get back to business. Let's see. So she won't get upset over every little thing. That would be foolish, right? Yeah, it kind of is foolish if you know this person is just about BS and isn't going to give you what you want, and you already know that. So why are you getting upset? Why are you getting upset? Really? Why are you here? And that's the better question to ask. Why am I still here? But sometimes I guess it's difficult to end certain relationships and to move on. because perhaps you're holding out. You know, you hope that, hey, maybe this person gonna get their act together. You know, how can I learn to hate you? How can I forget you? How can I turn back into the person I was before? Tell me. You gotta tell me. Mm. So Ayumi, she's like, she should hate him, but she doesn't know how to hate him. I guess she only knows how to love him. Mm. She wants to forget him, and she should forget him, but she can't. She want like, how can I forget you? How can I hate you? You know, how can I learn to hate you? How can I forget you? And even better is like, how can she turn back into the person she was before this relationship? So it sounds like Ayumi may have lost part of herself in this relationship. So this relationship sounds like, it took something out of Ayumi. I hope she can get it back, you know? And she's asking this guy, like, tell me. You gotta tell me. So I don't think he's going to tell you, Ayumi. I think you're going to have to find out the answers to those questions on your own without him. Because I just don't think he's going to tell you that. If he was that type of dude, he would have just ended the relationship. He wouldn't have given you, the broken promises, made promises that he couldn't fulfill. He wouldn't have let you down, You wouldn't be used to being let down or getting hurt and upset by him, you know? So long story short, if he was that type of dude who would give you answers to these questions, then really he wouldn't even be doing this stuff. He wouldn't even be in this relationship. He probably would have just been like, hey, it looks like I'm hurting you. So let me just end this relationship. I don't want to hurt you anymore. But he ain't that type of dude, All right, next, lyrics. Only the seasons change. You left me alone like this. I feel like I've been tossed aside. So he ain't changing, but the seasons are changing. Sound like Ayumi done got left alone, and she feels like she just was tossed aside. Why did you do this to me? Hey, does your heart ever hurt too, even just a little bit, over someone you care about? That's probably those are some good questions that you should be asking him. Like, why do you do this to me? Does your heart ever hurt too? Even just a little bit, over hurting someone you care about? But I guess the better question to ask is, do you care about me? Like, do you love me? Those are some, you need to incorporate those questions up in here too, Ayumi. Because if you can get the honest answers to those questions, then you'll know whether to stay or to go. Let's see. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye to the side of me who loved you. Okay, so it sounds like Ayumi done caught on and got the message and has found a way to stop loving this dude. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye to you who I love. So it sounds like she is departing this relationship. Okay, all right, Ayumi. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I'll probably start tomorrow looking like nothing happened. Whatever. Yeah, they do this, like, Ayumi does this weird thing. Like, she says whatever, and it's kind of random, though. I'm like, really, Ayumi? Like, whatever. I'm like, right. It's just so random in the song. But, you do you, Ayumi. You do you. So yeah, it looks like Ayumi, look like she catching on now. So she gonna, stop loving this dude, in this relationship, and then go about her business by tomorrow, and she'll go about this like nothing ever happened, This actually is somewhat kind of reminiscent of the song Game by Ayumi Hamasaki. For some reason, not so much in the spirit of the song, not so much in the sound of it, but in the spirit of the song. Kind Kind of like where Ayumi is kind of wondering, like, why am I still here? Why am I still in this situation? Because I can go on tomorrow and pretend like, and find another game tomorrow, and find another situation by this time tomorrow. But here, this song actually takes it even a step further, and within the song, it seems like she has moved on. Versus in game, it seems like she's still kind of struggling to move on, you know? But maybe perhaps these songs are like spiritual sequels to like game, like the song Sayonara is the spiritual sequel to Game. Perhaps. It could be. It could be. Alright, closing lyrics. I know there was never, ever a future for us, but I want to believe there was a future for me. But I want to believe there is a future for me. Out there, somewhere. ... So Ayumi, like, she knows that, I guess she knew or knows that there was never a future for her and the dude. But she wants to believe that there's a future for her, And there is a future for you, Ayumi. That ain't even a question. We already know that there's a future for Ayumi Hamasaki. Come on now. We already know that. I'm sure you know that too. If you don't, let me remind you. There is a future for you, Ayumi. So I like this song. At first I thought I wasn't going to like it, but it kind of like, okay, I'm getting the song, all right. And it's like, Doko Shibana, na 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 na. This is some Japanese lyrics that I can't pronounce. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm feeling this song, and it has like a good beat with it. And it's still kind of like Ayumi Hamasaki, but it has like a dance beat with it. So it's like Ayumi is still like she's keeping up with the times, but also maintaining herself within that and not getting caught up by the times, So I'm like, okay, Ayumi, all right, checkpoint for you there. And then she did a collaboration with the group SpeXial, so checkpoint there too for incorporating, doing a collaboration, incorporating Taiwanese musical artists. The music video, at first I was a little disappointed by it, but toward the end I was like, okay, Ayumi, she kind of coming with it now. It's in black and white, and I don't really like that. But I'll give Ayumi a pass on that. And she's in the bed with one of the dudes from the group SpeXial and getting kind of hot and heavy with him. And then at another point, it's Ayumi in the room with the group SpeXial. But you don't really get to see the group SpeXial that much, though. Which I think is a bit of a waste. I think that probably would have helped with the promotion of this single by being able to see the group SpeXial better. But they're kind of covered up in shadows and doing like poses, Michael Jackson inspired dance poses, And then at one point there's like some imagery of like a falcon or like some bird, and then some horses, like 2 horses on the side, and a falcon on Ayumi Hamasaki's throne. And then they show some cutscenes of like the winter, which I guess symbolizes the death of this relationship. So like the winter forest or the winter mountainside. And also they show like the crumbling of like, it's either like a home or a city. But yeah, it's like a city more or less in the background where Ayumi and SpeXial are, and it's crumbling in the background, so I'm guessing that's symbolic of the death of their relationship as well. But yeah, I like the song, and I like the music video. I kind of wish that the video wasn't in black and white and they had showed more of SpeXial. But I'm like, okay, all right. Nevertheless, I think it's a nice video. But at first, I was kind of like, a little disappointed. But toward the end of the video, I was like, okay, Ayumi's kind of coming with her signature here, Because for me, Ayumi, like, I have high expectations when it comes to Ayumi Hamasaki music videos. And the reason I do is because Ayumi has just raised the bar so much. for me personally, when it comes to music videos, I think Ayumi has really creative music videos and probably some of the best music videos that I've ever seen. You know, just period. Not even just for like a Japanese pop star or an Asian pop star, or just period. I think Ayumi has really great music videos usually. So for that reason, the bar is high when it comes to Ayumi and my expectations of her music videos. And overall, I think she has met, she's met the bar, you know. Um, but I think I've said all I have to say. This song, it's a good song. It's probably one of the. I haven't heard the songs on her album Six, but I'm gonna say this song is probably one of the strongest songs on the album. Even though I even haven't even heard it, I'm gonna say it's one of the strongest songs on the album. And I think this collaboration. It was a good collaboration. I just feel like the collaboration itself could have been better. I feel like SpeXial should have been incorporated a bit more as far as their vocals and as far as them being in the music video. But, hey, they are, the featured artists, so it's up to Ayumi, and this is what she came up with. So, yeah, there you have it. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. Your feedback and support are extremely appreciated and extremely valued. Until the next lyrical analysis, adios and goodbye for now.